Good morning. It's Friday. It's the 17th of the 7th. Lots going on right now. And of course, we were all very interested to hear what Trump had to say yesterday. And it's what I told you he was going to say. He was talking about election interference. I've known about election interference for 5 or 6 years now. I've been watching it happen. We've been able to see what happens live with the quantum voting system. But it had to be brought out in such a way at such a time so that people were not dismissive. They understood it. And that's what's happening. Because if you look back at the Epstein files, they were all dumped. 6 million pages, way too much to even look at. So this is why it has to be dripped out slowly. It's the same with the election interference. Trump has put it out there that China was involved, and they were. But that's just one layer. And when you peel away those layers, you'll find out there's a number of people involved in this from America, from the United States. None more so than people like Barack Obama and the Clintons. And if you've got some sort of a memory, you will remember where they pointed the finger at Donald Trump saying, Russian interference, Russian interference. The fact is that they were involved in Chinese interference. They were involved. They were actually committing treason. Donald Trump was never rigging elections with Russian interference. They were doing it, and they were saying he was doing it. But the evidence is now there. And the evidence is there for you to see. And as we peel back the layers of this fraud that's gone on, not for a couple of years, but for a very long time, and not just in the United States, in the UK, in Europe, in Australia, in Canada, in Mexico, in many other countries, the whole system is corrupt and it's being dismantled. And as we get through this, when we look back, you'll be amazed at how quickly this was all dismantled. While you're living through it, it feels like it's going slowly. I'll tell you, when you look back at this, you'll just go, wow. They managed to dismantle all of that in that period of time and change the whole system. That's what's happening. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Well, today the UK's grooming gangs inquiry is expanding into Oldham, Bradford, Keighley, and London, with survivors now being invited to come forward. Meanwhile, Britain prepares for a new Prime Minister as Andy Burnham takes control of Labour, and police continue a major terrorism investigation after 12 arrests linked to an alleged threat against a large Islamic gathering. Big chances, big questions, and plenty more to come.
Well, there's 2 points in that that are very, very important. Of course, the grooming gangs are now getting exposed, and the reason they haven't been able to be exposed before because of the people involved. It's all very well pointing out and saying, well, they were Pakistani men. Yes, you're right, they are Pakistani men. But there was also people involved that were in positions of authority. There was judges, there was police, there was members of parliament that were involved. And the first batch got arrested. The first batch of members of parliament in those areas got arrested. The first batch of police got arrested. The first batch of judges got arrested. Oh, you didn't say anything on mainstream media? Well, I'm telling you they did. The fact that mainstream media is not putting it out there suggests one thing. They were involved too, not just in covering it up. Because when I first heard about this, oh, they've been covering it up. It turns out, yes, they were covering it up because they were actually involved in this. It's a very, very sick world. And what you said about Andy Burnham, frying pan and fire springs to mind. If you think Starmer was bad, times that by 2, and you've got Andy Burnham. Oh, and Andy Burnham, Mr. Big Mouth, when he wants to, was the man that was shouting the loudest about the Conservatives. You can't just put another person into power without an election. Well, he wants to hop in the seat now, doesn't he, and keep his mouth shut. And this is consistent. This is consistent with what's going on right now. Another prime minister is going to take office, and you said nothing about it. You didn't even vote. Forget about the election interference. There was no election. Are you awake yet? Really? These things are going on, and I'm having to point it out that you're letting another person take power that you haven't voted for. And what happens when you have somebody that is completely incompetent in the wheel is what we're seeing right now in the UK. A complete destruction of the UK. That leads into my next story. Because communism around the world has been tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed. I've run businesses for many, many years, and when you try and you fail, you learn from that lesson and you don't do it again. There's certain things in life you don't do again. And I'm going to put a bit of fun into it for the men. When you catch your private parts in your zip, you never do it again. It's that painful. You know what I'm talking about. And right now, time and time again, people are making the same stupid mistake. The left are pushing communism. It doesn't work. It's never worked. Because the minute you do, the whole thing falls apart. It's never, ever worked. Great in theory, pathetic in practice. When are you going to wake up to the truth? When are you going to wake up to the fact it doesn't work? When are you going to wake up to the fact that only certain people have the ability to fight for business, to do everything? One of the gentlemen I've met in my life who is an absolute role model for hard work, and he's not a young man anymore. He's an older man. A man called Tom Hartley. Tom Hartley has probably the biggest supercar dealership in the UK, along with another friend of mine, who also has a huge supercar dealership in the UK. Tom Giaconelli, his father. But Tom Hartley, bless him, he's an older man now, and every day he's pushing his business harder and harder and harder. He works twice as hard as the average young man does nowadays. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. When you're out having breakfast in the hotel, he'll be at another table trying to sell a car. And that's how you become a winner. Him and his wife, Priscilla, have been together for many, many years. They're a beautiful couple, and some of my audience will know them. They're a beautiful couple, but this is a man who knows what it is to work hard. He's passionate about his cars, but he's a hard-working man. And he's an example of what you need to be if you want to survive in this world. You work hard, don't focus on money, work hard, and you get lucky. But you have to work hard to start with. And Tom doesn't get lucky at every table. He probably visits 20, 30, 40 tables before he gets lucky on one. But he doesn't give up. The left, the socialists, they give up. And they want to take money off the people who keep fighting. And after a bit, those people just get fed up with the leeches that just want to do nothing and get paid for it. I'll leave you with that thought as we go into the weekend. If you work hard and try and be the best at what you can be in life, whatever that is, you work hard, God will bless you. He'll look after you. Don't focus on money. Focus on doing a good job. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow, Saturday, on the Insiders Club. And we have one of my dear, dear friends on there, BT Sharman. Don't miss it. He's an amazing, amazing man. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
These are the facts, not put out by mainstream media. If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver, assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real, own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.